All right, guys, this is Group 3 for a top eliminator in SCDRL at the New Year's Nationals 2025. So we're going to start with seating. We got up first in the right lane. We got Clark Gaynor's orange funny car. Looks like it is a Jag DR1. And in the left lane, we got Pick a Winner by Gabe Zamor out of Minnesota. Gonna be in that left lane. Looks like it is a Viper with a pretty wicked cool GT40 body. This is seating 1 for Group 3 top eliminator.
Gabe Zamor goes 643 with a 5. Clark Gaynor goes 732 with a 9.
Next up, we got Cody Clark out of Colorado with Auto World 4-gear rental. Going up against Ain't Lying, I'm Trying, Greg Milatz out of Michigan with that 4-gear funny car.
Greg Milatz goes 141.01 and Cody Clark goes 128.9.
Okay, next up we got the Flying Dutchman funny car, Rick Williamson out of California in the right lane. Looks like this is a Jag DR1. Running up against Bad Moon, Stuart Barber out of Kansas in the left lane. That looks like it is a 3-gear. We could see that car later on in our Top Fuel 3-gear class. All right.
Stuart Barber goes 788 with a 1 and Rick Williamson goes 626.0. Look like both cars were using the bar.
Yep. Good run.
Saw some sparks.
Yep, and those both were, actually one of them was a braid car. Both were braid cars. So braid cars on our track I don't think are 100% necessary, but whatever floats your boat. So we got another braid car up here. Dave Vance, the Dodge Challenger in the right lane out of Tennessee. Going up against the Cornhole, Keith Atkinson out of Illinois. This is a Auto World 4-gear. Got some sweet billet wheels on it. Has a lot of magnet in it too. It didn't want to roll into stage. Be curious to see if that car jumps the slot.
Keith goes 830 with a 4. Dave Vince goes 746 with a 3.
It does look like that car is coming back for Top Fuel later too, so pretty sweet. We like seeing cars entered in Top Fuel and Top Eliminator. Next up, we got Nashty out of Washington. Gale Sharp, going to be in the right lane. Going up against, looks like it's Ralph 66 Nova, Saburo Watanabe out of Colorado. So pretty sweet car. Looks like a Jag. That car rolled in. That car might need a wheelie bar, but let's see what happens.
All right, Sabu goes 893 with a 5. Gale Sharp goes 774.
Okay, moving on. Next up, we got the Green Mercury by Ken Shartzer out of Arkansas in the right lane. Going up against the Punisher, Mike Kelly, left lane. It's like a Jag car up against a 4-gear. Funny car body on there versus the lead sled. Oh, and it looks like it jumped out of the slot.
Yep, just barely jumped.
Wheelied out. That car needs a wheelie bar.
So Ken Shartzer goes 129.77.
Bummer, Mike. Car might need the wheelie bars adjusted. All right, moving on through. So next up, Proud American Kevin Stalker going to be in the right lane with the Mustang. Looks like a Super G Plus Mustang. Pretty clean car. Up against Gramps Mongoose, Dana Morley out of Utah. Looks like a Viper with some upgrades. So we'll see who takes this one. We got the old Super G Plus versus the new Viper.
Dana goes 560 with a 2, and Kevin Stalker goes 657.5.
All right, that'll take us down to our last one here, which is Misfire by Gabe Zamor out of Minnesota. So in the right lane, looks like a Viper with a pretty sweet truck body on it. I don't know if you want to get a close-up of that one, Sam, but that's a pretty cool looking rig. This will be our last pass for seeding 1, Group 3 Top Eliminator.
Gabe's car goes 6-1-5 with a 6.
Wow, great run. That's going to be a tough one to beat right there. Going quick and low. All right, guys, so we're going to get cleaning the tires, get stuff reset, and we'll be back in a few. All right, guys, we are going to be running seeding 2 for our Group 3 Top Eliminator. We got our cars ready to go. We're going to be swapping lanes this time. So first up, we got the Clark Gaynor's orange funny car, going to be in the left lane this time. Up against Gabe Zamor's Pick a Winner, ran a 640 last pass, going to be in the right lane this time. And those guys are ready to go.
Clark Gaynor goes 751.7. Gabe Zamor goes 637.2.
So next up, in the left lane, we got Cody Clark out of Colorado. Going to be running up against Greg Milatz, Ain't Lying, I'm Trying in that right lane. So 1.2 and a 1.4. We will see if either of them can drop that down a little bit lower.
Cody Clark goes 121.49. Greg Milatz goes 133.47.
Okay, next up we got the Flying Dutchman funny car running in the left lane this time. Ran a 626 last pass out. Up against Stuart Barber's Bad Moon in Kansas, ran a 788 last pass out. So he's going to be looking to improve on that a little bit. He's going to be wanting to run that a little bit lower in that index. Here we go.
Rick Williamson goes 735 with a 6. And Stuart Barber goes 829.9.
Next up, we got Cornhole Keith Atkinson, left lane, ran an 830 last time with this 4-gear. That was a ripper of a pass, running up against Dave Vince's Dodge Challenger. Looks like a Viper. Here we go. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this.
Keith goes 831.1.
Pretty consistent.
Dave Vince goes 767.3.
That 4-gear is ripping. 830 and an 831. That thing is dialed in. Next up, left lane, we got Nashty. Gale Sharp out of Washington. Ran a 774 last pass up against Ralph's 66 Nova by Saburo Watanabe. Ran an 893, so he's going to be looking to drop that a little lower in that 800 index.
Gale Sharp goes 747.4. Sabu goes 8666.
All right, so he picked it up a little bit. It's going the right direction. So next up in the left lane this time, we got Ken Shartzer out of Arkansas with the lead sled Merc up against the Punisher that had no time, Mike Kelly's car, no time last time. So that thing wheelied out of the slot. Let's see if it can make a clean pass this time and put a number up on the board. All right. It made it.
Ken Shartzer goes 12436.
Wow, Mike Kelly, 801.
Mike Kelly goes 801.
Man, great run. So great comeback run. I think in drag racing, we usually call that like a hero pass. Next up, proud American Kevin Stalker going to be in the left lane. Ran a 657 last pass. He's going to be looking for a little more out of that one. Up against Dana Morley's Gramps Mongoose, ran a 560. So both these guys going to be looking to pick up a couple hundredths on this one. Try to drop those cars a little bit lower in their index. Here we go.
Kevin Stalker goes 670 with an 8. Dana Morley goes 6034.
Oh, there we go. That's a great pass right there, right at the bottom. But he ran a 560 earlier, so unfortunately that car is going to need to run in the 500 index. So the last car, last of seating, is going to be Misfire by Gabe Zamor. Going to be in the left lane this time. Ran a 6:15 last pass. So Gabe is going to get the bye first round also.
Gabe goes 589 with a 4.
Ooh, he just dropped into the 500 bracket. So that is going to be a good race next race. So we're going to get those tires cleaned up, guys, and we will get everything set up here, reset, and we'll be back for final or eliminations. All right, guys, we are back for round 1 eliminations for Group 3 Top Eliminator. We got all of our cars making a couple of passes. The indexes are set. First up in the right lane, we got Clark's orange funny car running in the 700 index. He is going to be running up against Pick a Winner, Gabe Zamor, in the 600 index. It's going to be over there in that left lane. Looks like we got a 1/10 head start. Here we go.
Whoa, that was close. Wow, look at that margin. That was almost a tie.
Wow, 1/10,000th of a second.
That orange car stuttered too.
Holy smokes.
Really crazy.
Closest race we've had so far, guys. So that was awesome.
So right
looks
lane,
like
Clark Senior orange funny car.
yeah, he whole shot win for that one right there. So great job for that funny car. That was an awesome race. That's how it happens. I mean, it can come down to the wire. So definitely will be instant replay on that one. So next up, we got Cody Clark in the right lane in the 1-2 index. He is going to be running up against Ain't Lying, I'm Trying. Greg Milatz running in the 1-3 index. So shout out to those cars, both 4 gears. Hopefully you guys have a good run here. Oh, did he go? He went around him on the top end.
Yep. We got Cody Clark with the win by 8 thousandths.
Another close one. Another close one. Looks like that one also was, oh, not quite a whole shot win, but pretty close to being a whole shot win. So Cody Clark takes that one. Next up in the right lane, Flying Dutchman, Rick Williamson ran a 6:26 earlier, which puts him in that 600 index. Going to be running up against Stuart Barber in Bad Moon, running in that 700 index. So with his 3 gear. So we got a 1/10 stagger. Is it going to be enough?
Yep, Rick Williamson with the win. Runs a 6:17 with a 5.
That car was not super consistent, so I think that's what caused that loss. But next up in the 800 index, we got the cornhole car. I think it's Keith Atkinson out of Illinois, running up against the Dodge Challenger, Dave Vince out of Tennessee. I think this is a 1/10. These are all real close indexes. Once again, we randomize that order when we set them up. So
Dave Vince with the win.
wow.
7:16 with a 6.
Wow, he took out an 8:19. That was a close one there.
Yep, just ran a little bit better. Left a little earlier.
That cornhole car will be back later for Top Fuel 4 gear though, so it is not over for it yet. So next up we got Ralph 66 Nova. Oops, the cards are mixed up on those ones. So we got Nashty gonna be in the right lane up against Ralph 66 Nova, Saburo Watanabe in the left lane. So we got a 0.7 versus a 0.8 on this one.
Gale Sharp wins it with a 7:58 with a 6.
All right, looks like he drove around him on the top end. Nashty taking the win. Sabu's car is out first round. So next up, right lane, Ken Shartzer out of Arkansas running in the 1.2 index. Going to be running up against Mike Kelly's Punisher. Ran an 801 last pass. That is actually the only pass that it made. It jumped out of the slot earlier, so anything can happen with that car. And it looks like it did wheelie out of the slot. So
Yep, Ken Shartzer wins it with a 129.01.
that is a bummer for Mike's car because that thing did make a pass earlier, but put some wheelie bars on it and be back for more. So next up, Proud American Kevin Stalker, 600 index running in the right lane up against Dana Morley's Gramps Mongoose in the left lane. This car ran a 560 earlier, so it's gonna be a little bit of a spread.
Winner in the right lane, Kevin Stalker with a 653.9.
All right, great job, Kevin. Tough break for Dana's car. Now we come down to our last car with the single misfire. Gabe Zamor running in the right lane. Ran a 589 last pass, so he's definitely going to be looking to pick up some time to have a better chance second round.
Gabe runs a 592 with a 6.
Pretty consistent. So that concludes first round. So you can see we got our second round contenders up here. We're going to get the tires clean, get the computer and stuff reset, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back for second round, Group 3, top eliminator. First up, we got Clark's Orange Funny car running in the 700 index, going to be in the right lane. Going to be running up against Cody Clark in the left lane, running in the 1.2. So this is going to be quite the variance on times here. About a 500th of a second or a half a second head start. So will he reel him in?
Left lane breaks out, so right lane gets the win. Clark Gaynor runs a 723.
Wow. Clark is moving on to the semis. And that other car broke out. So when a breakout means you went faster than your index. So that's always a bummer. Next up, we got the Flying Dutchman in the right lane, running the 600 index, running up against Dave Vince in the 700 index in the left lane. Got about a 1/10 head start. Could be a...
Oh, left lane breaks out, right lane goes 787.
Oh, wow.
Rick Williamson wins.
Dang. Next up, we got Nashty running in the right lane, 700 index. The car is staged. Going up against the 1.2 index of Ken out of Arkansas. Couple of pretty nice looking cars here. Got a big split on that head start, so.
Ken Shartzer wins it with a 123.0.
Wow. Tough break for Nashty. Always a crowd favorite. Proud Americans up next in the 600 index in the right lane. Going to be running up against Misfire by Gabe Zamor. Looks like a 600 versus a 500 index. Anything can happen. Here we go.
Winner right lane, Kevin Stalker, 647 with a 5.
All right, he's going to be moving on to the semifinals. So we got our brackets set up, guys. Our semifinals are up here. So final 4 cars: Clark Gaynor's car, Ken's Shartzer, Rick Williamson, and Kevin Stalker. So we're going to get those tires cleaned. All right, guys, we are back. It is semifinals time for Group 3 of Top Eliminator. So first up, we got Clark Gaynor, the Orange Funny car, going to be in the right lane, running up against the Flying Dutchman, Rick Williamson, running on the 600 index. This is about a 1/10 spread. See how they go.
Winner left lane runs a 619 with a 1.
Great pass. Like Clark's car might have wheelied and stumbled a little bit out of the hole there. So that is a bummer. Good job, Rick. He's in the final. Next up is going to be Ken Shartzer out of Arkansas in the right lane. Going to be running up against the proud American Kevin Stalker out of Illinois. So pretty big spread on this one. I think it's about 0.6 of a second. Basically a half-track head start for that Merc.
Kevin Stalker wins with a 639.8.
All right. That might be that car's fastest pass, too. Going on into the final. So great job, guys. We are going to get these ones reset. Our final, you can see, Sam, if you want to check those cars out. We got the Flying Dutchman, Rick Williamson out of California versus the proud American Kevin Stalker out of Illinois. All right, guys, we're back. Final round time for Group 3. So we got the Flying Dutchman, Rick Williamson, going to be in the right lane. 600 index. I think he ran a 618 last pass. And proud American Kevin Stalker in the 600 index, I believe he ran a 650 last pass. So this could be anyone's race. It's going to be a heads-up race. This is the final. Both these guys guarantee prizes, but there can only be one winner. Oh!
Wheelies out.
It jumps out of the slot in the final.
Kevin Stalker wins 641 with an 8.
That is a heartbreak for Rick Williamson. No time. He's still going to be getting prizes, though, so great job, guys. Make sure you're using the data log to keep track of your time so that you know the progression of your car and you can make the tuning adjustments for the next time around. But great job to these guys. We're going to head over to the prize table and get you guys set up with your prizes. All right, guys, it is prize time for Group 3 Top Eliminator. We got Rick Williamson, the heartbreak runner-up, wheelied out of the slot. Kevin Stalker taking the win with the proud American. We're going to do Kevin first here, so let's see what we got. So it looks like it's a Super Tires bundle. We're going to go $7.99, so a bundle of Super Tires, bunch of different tires there. One of our great sponsors, Super Tires, we appreciate that. Shout out to YoBear for setting that up for us. Next up, we're going to be drawing for second place, Rick Williamson. Let's see here. Rick Williamson wins a $10 gift card, $10 gift card right here. So one of these gift cards, I'm just going to grab a random one. So great job, Rick. $10 to spend at the Viper store. So also, too, make sure you tune in till the end because we are going to be doing our grand prize drawings. That's for everybody that entered. Every car, every class. So the more cars you enter, the more chances you have to win. But our second prize up is going to be a press. This is for Kevin Stalker. Looks like he won a Hardin Creek press. So thanks a lot to Hardin Creek for the sponsor of that. That's a really great prize right there, about $30. So great job, guys. We're going to get this stuff set up and get Group 4 coming up next.